One evening, a young man and his wife were on a trip to visit his mother. Usually, they arrived in time for supper, but they had had a late start, and now it was getting dark and the fog was getting thicker. So they decided to look for a place to stay overnight and go on in the morning. Just off the road, they saw a small house in the woods. "Maybe they rent rooms," the wife said. So they stopped to ask. They knocked at the door and waited. Eventually, an elderly man and woman came to the door. They didn't rent rooms, they said, but they would be glad to have them stay overnight as their guests. They had plenty of room, and they would enjoy the company. The old woman made coffee and brought out some cake, and the four of them talked for a while. Then the young couple were taken to their room. They again offered to pay, but the old man said he would not think of accepting any money. The couple got up early next morning before their hosts had awakened. On the table in the kitchen, they left an envelope with some money in it for the room. Then they went on to the next town. They stopped in a restaurant and had breakfast. When they told the owner where they had stayed, he was shocked. "That can't be," he said. "That house burned to the ground about a month ago, and the man and woman who lived there died in the fire. I kept the newspaper. Look, I'll show you." The owner disappeared around the back and reappeared a moment later with an old newspaper. The headline told its own story. "Couple die in tragic house fire." And there was a photo of the couple who had taken them in the previous night. The young couple could not believe their eyes. They drove back to the house. Only now, there was no house, just a burned-out shell. They stood staring at the ruins, trying to understand what had happened. Suddenly, the woman screamed. There, on the badly burned table, was the envelope they had left that morning.